Hello, my friends. Today, I will share a chilling story about the brutal killing of two tourists in Morocco. The narrative was relayed to me by a young man named Musa, a 17-year-old resident of the village of Imlil, situated on the outskirts of the renowned Marrakech in Morocco. I encountered Musa in 2021 while my friend and I were ascending to Toubkal Mountain, the highest peak in North Africa. Imlil serves as the primary starting point for those seeking to climb Mount Toubkal. The story commenced when Louisa Vestager Jespersen from Denmark shared a post on her Facebook page announcing her upcoming trip to Morocco in December. She inquired if any of her friends had information about Toubkal Mountain. In response, her friend Maren mentioned her own experience climbing Toubkal Mountain. On Sunday, December 9, 2018, they arrived at Menara Airport in Marrakech. They then took a taxi to the hotel, where they organized their belongings and rested after the tiring journey. Maren and Louisa spent 2 days exploring Marrakech, immersing themselves in the city's atmosphere. On Tuesday, they hailed a taxi bound for Imlil, a small town serving as the initial stop on their route to climb the Atlas Mountains. Upon reaching Imlil, they took some time to unwind, eat, and prepare for their journey. A food vendor suggested they stay in a hotel, but they declined, as they felt adequately equipped with food and camping tools for their adventure. They lingered in Imlil for 3 days, captivated by the beautiful nature and enchanted by its magic. Following that, they continued their journey and encountered a tour guide who strongly recommended joining a group or partnering with someone familiar with the area. However, they persisted in their decision to venture independently, interpreting the advice as a vague caution. Little did they know what awaited them. Now, turning our attention to the three perpetrators, they had previously attempted to leave Morocco on the directives of the terrorist organization ISIS to carry out attacks in Europe. Moroccan authorities uncovered their plans, resulting in their arrest. After serving their prison sentences, they resumed plotting these nefarious acts, devising a plan to hijack a car. They initiated the money transfer, yet withdrew their plans due to the challenges associated with executing the task. Following this, they attempted to create explosives, but their efforts proved unsuccessful. Eventually, they decided to target foreign individuals, this time within Morocco. They identified the outskirts of Marrakech, specifically Mount Toubkal, as an ideal location, renowned globally and frequented by foreign tourists. Unfortunately, for Louisa and Marine, their path intersected with 3 criminals. As the 3 perpetrators proceeded towards Mount Toubkal, they started assessing potential victims, realizing that Marine and Louisa were not part of a larger group, making them vulnerable targets for an assault. Louisa and Maren continued to relish the adventurous atmosphere until sunset, at which point they chose to establish a campsite and spend the night surrounded by nature. The criminals persistently observed the 2 victims until they were convinced that the area had emptied of people. The assailants then approached the girls' tent. At this moment, Maren sensed some movement. Upon opening the tent, she confronted one of the attackers, who assaulted her until she lost consciousness. The other 2 assailants targeted Louisa, who attempted to flee. They seized both girls, subjected them to assault, and ruthlessly murdered them. The entire gruesome act was captured in a brief video clip, subsequently rapidly disseminated across various social networking sites. The motive behind recording the clip was to furnish it as evidence of their allegiance to the terrorist organization. Upon completion, they looted the belongings they could find, exited the tent, and left the scene. However, no crime is committed without leaving traces. On the morning of December 17th, a French couple discovered the lifeless bodies of 2 Scandinavian tourists near a tent along the corridor connecting Imlil to Mount Toubkal. Disturbed and horrified, they promptly alerted the police. Upon the authorities' arrival, they uncovered a heinous murder unprecedented in the region. Imlil, a typically safe area inhabited by benevolent locals known for their generosity and fondness for foreigners, found itself grappling with an inexplicable tragedy. The authorities swiftly identified the initial suspect, Abdul Rahim, after discovering his forgotten ID card at the crime scene. His pictures were circulated throughout the city, leading to a successful arrest. Security forces apprehended the remaining suspects during their attempt to escape on a passenger bus headed for Marrakesh. A search of their possessions revealed several white weapons. Subsequently, Moroccan police detained a total of 18 men on suspicion of involvement in the crime. The Moroccan public prosecutor categorized the killings as an act of terrorism, especially after a video emerged showing some suspects pledging allegiance to the Islamic State, ISIS. The victims' remains were repatriated to Copenhagen on December 21, 2018. Jesperson's funeral took place in her hometown of Ikast, Denmark, on January 12th, in the presence of Danish Prime Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen. Meanwhile, Julian was buried on January 21st in Jæren, Norway, with attendance from various dignitaries, including the Norwegian Minister of Health and the Moroccan ambassador. In response to the crime, Moroccan authorities implemented stringent measures, including a complete ban on climbing without the accompaniment of a local tour guide who knows the region's intricacies and is responsible for ensuring the safety of climbers or tourists. Additionally, 3 police stations were established, where climbers, accompanied by a guide, provided personal information at the first station. Later on their journey, they reached the second police station. The third police station is situated close to the summit, approximately 950 meters away. Enthusiasts of climbing continue to visit Imlil each year,